You post something online, a joke, a selfie, a fleeting thought that feels clever in the moment. For a second, it feels good, a spark of satisfaction. But almost immediately, doubt creeps in. Your chest tightens, your finger hovers over the screen, trembling slightly, and before you know it, you tap delete. Just like that, it's gone. This small act might seem trivial, even silly, but psychology shows it's far from simple. The mind is responding to invisible pressures, patterns that have evolved over decades of social behavior and are now amplified online. Humans are wired to compare themselves to others. A fact first studied by psychologist Leon Festinger in the 1950s. We constantly measure our own abilities, achievements, and appearances against those around us. Online, this happens instantly. The moment your post goes live, your brain starts scanning. How does this compare to others' posts? Will they like it? Is it interesting? Does it reflect the version of myself I want the world to see? Even when no one is watching, your mind imagines them there. That imagined audience can make a harmless thought feel exposed, judged, or inadequate. A photo you love can suddenly seem flawed. A joke that made you laugh now feels risky. And deleting becomes a shield, a way to regain control, to protect yourself from imagined criticism. At the same time, we are performing constantly, whether online or offline. Sociologist Irving Goffman described much of human social life as a kind of performance. We show some aspects of ourselves, hide others, and manage impressions carefully. Online, this stage is magnified. A single post becomes a spotlight. Even if nobody is actually watching, your mind acts as if everyone is. And when a post feels imperfect, deleting is like stepping off the stage quietly, taking back control over how you are perceived. But there's another layer. Psychologist John Suhler described the online disinhibition effect. The way the internet allows us to act bolder and more freely than we would in person. You post impulsively, confidently, even boldly. Then, almost instantly, your brain swings back to caution. Suddenly, that post feels loud, vulnerable, or flawed. You imagine negative reactions. Did I overshare? Is this embarrassing? Will people misunderstand me? The delete button becomes an emergency exit, a quick way to protect yourself from imagined judgment. Perfectionism drives this even further. Psychologists Paul Hewitt and Gordon Flett explain that perfectionists constantly monitor themselves and set unreasonably high standards. One misplaced word, one poorly phrased sentence, one slightly off photo. Suddenly, the post feels unacceptable. Deleting is a defense mechanism, a way to avoid exposing imperfections even if no one would notice them. Cognitive distortions amplify the urge. All or nothing thinking convinces you that one small flaw ruins everything. Catastrophizing magnifies minor mistakes into disasters. Overgeneralization makes a single typo feel like proof you're inadequate. Add social anxiety to the mix. And even a harmless post can feel like standing in front of hundreds of invisible eyes, each one silently evaluating. Deleting becomes the only way to relieve that stress. Decision fatigue also contributes. Every post involves dozens of micro-decisions. The wording, emojis, hashtags, lighting, timing, filter, angle. Each choice takes mental energy. And by the time you hit post, your brain is already tired. When doubt creeps in, deleting provides immediate relief. It's not indecision, it's self-protection. All these forces combine to create a loop. Post, pause, doubt, delete, repeat. And each time the loop repeats, the brain reinforces the idea that exposure is dangerous, that imperfection is unacceptable, that posting carries risk. It becomes almost instinctive. Think about your own experience. You post a meme, then immediately question its humor. You share a selfie, then obsess over your smile or angle. You write a clever thought, then imagine misinterpretation or ridicule. Every post becomes a reflection of self. Every deletion is a shield. It isn't laziness or vanity. It's your mind navigating the tension between wanting to express yourself and wanting to protect yourself. This behavior is universal. Everyone experiences the pull between self-expression and caution, though in different forms. We crave connection, yet we fear exposure. We long to share, yet we fear judgment. In the age of social media, where likes, comments, and views quantify attention, that tension becomes magnified. Deleting is a quiet, personal tool for managing vulnerability. You might post on Instagram one day, TikTok the next, Twitter the day after, and feel the same pull each time. Maybe you delete a harmless selfie, then later delete a joke you loved. The act is repeated, not out of weakness, but as a learned coping mechanism. Every deletion teaches your brain that safety comes from erasing perceived flaws. Every post is a negotiation between who you want to show the world and who you fear the world will see. And yet, there's a hopeful side. Understanding the psychology behind this behavior, the comparison, the self-presentation, the perfectionism, the cognitive distortions, the online disinhibition, the social anxiety, and the decision fatigue allows you to approach it with compassion. Awareness is the first step to breaking the cycle. Notice the impulse. Pause. Ask yourself, am I deleting because of imagined judgment or because the post is genuinely harmful? Experiment with small acts of courage. Post imperfectly. See what happens. Observe the actual reactions. Recognize that the urge to delete is natural, not a flaw. Each post you allow yourself to stay up becomes a lesson in resilience. The deleted post also tells a story of a mind trying to balance desire and fear, visibility and safety, connection and self-preservation. This tension is deeply human. Every deleted post is a reflection of the universal struggle to express ourselves while feeling safe. Even imperfect, fleeting, or deleted expression is courage. Every act of sharing is a negotiation between exposure and protection, between being seen and staying safe. And by understanding the psychological forces beneath the surface, from Festinger to Goffman, from Suller to Hewitt and Flett, we gain not only knowledge, but empathy. Empathy for ourselves, and for the millions of people navigating the same internal struggle every day. Because the mind is constantly seeking balance between expression and safety. And when we recognize that, we can approach our own impulses and the behavior of others with understanding, patience, and compassion. So the next time you hesitate to post or instinctively reach for delete, remember, it's not a flaw. It's your mind protecting you. It's human. And understanding why it happens is the first step toward mastering the delicate dance between expression and self-preservation, and ultimately, toward embracing your voice in the world.